I guess we'll have to see what happens. For some reason it's not coming up. There we go. We are live. Okay. That is scary as heck. I think the positioning works like this. I don't know if it does. Obviously you'll have to tell me if it is really wrong. Yeah. Hello. It's gonna be strange. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the chat window and have to keep an eye on my model, obviously. But it's yeah. This is very weird because I'm looking at OBS and it's slower. It's obviously the stream is a few seconds behind OBS, so I've got both the stream and OBS open. Oh god, you can actually see every single freckle on my arm. Happy summer. Doing things the awkward way, using the back of a paintbrush. What's the sound quality like at the moment? Is my voice broadcasting okay? Are the paint pots making a lot of noise? I'm just checking really to see. And I should probably think about doing some background music at some point as well. I hadn't actually thought of that yet. I know there was unlicensed music thing that I used in the past, but it's good to good. That's good to know. It is good. We like it when the sound is good. I should also really move my drink and my water pot around because I nearly put my paint in my paintbrush in my drink, which is the thing to do apparently. But so I thought I would just try and continue on with this dude. I don't really know how he is. Yeah, he seems okay. I'm looking at the stream picture and it's slightly different from what I'm looking at in OBS, so I'm just trying to work out how that'll be alright. I did the start with airbrush, as you Nivian know. I nicked your airbrush for the first time. And then made a start on some highlights, but he's very, very far from done. And I will we'll have a play with that. Don't know if anyone knows if there's a way to, I say anyone, there's 2 viewers at the moment. I don't know if there's a way to set like a noise for chat alerts or something. That would be useful. If that is a thing, I will be I would be grateful if I could get told of that. Oh god, the WoW people, because they'll be so interested in my oh god, paint content. Yeah, we're gonna go give it a go. You're probably hearing from my voice, I'm really nervous. I find it very, very difficult. I don't normally show any type of or any kind of my paint work, let alone stuff that's still in progress. So, but I really wanted to try and do something new, so I thought I would go do a paint stream, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. If I love it, then fantastic. If I hate it, then that's also a thing. But I don't think I will, because I think this is the kind of thing that I should be doing, really. So, yeah. At the moment, I'm painting this big old bug dude. It's Belthanos's mount. Haven't started on Belthanos yet. He is there's the camera. He is part of the Sylvaneth army. The opening rotation, we're playing this beetle guy. Oh my god, if I knew how to play, I probably still wouldn't. Nick is the one who plays normally. I'm normally the one who just paints. That's the thing that I enjoy most. But I suppose I should play more, if for no other reason than to make Nick happy. Well, this camera angle is not ideal, is it? It's not really showing. Okay, well, we'll have to be a little bit more awkward about the whole thing. Well, I try. It's I've played. I think it was one game. When I first got the start of my Sylvaneth army. I had a bunch of dryads and one lady with like a big old. Well, I think it was a lady, and my big old um big tree lord dude. It was all right, but I just really enjoyed the painting. God bless Droid Cam for being good enough to get started with. Yeah, I don't really particularly want to spend £2,000 on a camera with a massive lens if I haven't even got more than yeah. Let's start streaming and immediately splurge on the most expensive equipment anyone can get, because that seems like the right order to do things in. Yeah, no. For me, it's still the the most enjoyable part of Warhammer is the painting, and I thought it might be nice to do that with other people, which is obviously how I do it when Nick is here as well. But it's nice to be able to try and do a stream. It's very strange to continue on a model that I haven't painted in a while, because I'm having to work out which colours I used previously, and it's I suppose the curse of making your own colour schemes and not following someone else's guide is having to suffer through mistakes like this and really weird mixings. This oh god, Mephiston red doesn't really mix well with Ariel yellow. It goes kind of a weird, like, oh god, like a weirdish, almost brownish. Feels like a little bit too much water on my palette, but it looks as if I'm just going to soak a bit of that up so I don't end up leaking it all over my desk next time I pick up my palette. What have you been streaming? I'll say Moriarty as to not dox you to the other 4 viewers in my stream at the moment. Is it Magic that you've been streaming? Using your actual cards? Yeah, I should really get some music going as well at some point, because it's very strange to sit here talking to myself in the quiet when I normally have a TV show or something on in the background when I'm painting, because I'm weird like that. Stupid Twitch only showed you about 2 minutes after I started. Oh, 9 minutes by the looks of it. So you're not you are not late at all. I literally just started. Hello and welcome. As I was saying to the other people on the stream at the moment, there's 7 at the moment. I am continuing on my Belthanos bug dude. He's a bug rider. This is Belthanos, and all of the slurs, yeah, all of them. I started him with the airbrush. I nicked Nick's airbrush. That's an awful sentence. I stole Nick's airbrush when I started on this dude, and I thought I'd give that a go, which made for an alright start. And now I'm just putting highlights on and just seeing where the paint goes, really, because I quite like just putting some paint on and just see where it goes. But yeah, if I do this more often, I'm definitely going to have to invest in some background music. If not for you guys, then definitely for myself, because sitting here in the silence is very strange. And probably some chat notifications or something. And yeah, well, I've got two big old lights, big old LED light bars, and obviously we've got the good lights from the actual hobby room itself that are better than I was expecting, to be honest, for what they cost. I'm really quite happy with that. I thought they were going to be mediocre or slightly better than mediocre, but they're actually really good. I'm quite happy with that. It seems to be seems to pick up all right. Actually, I'm actually really looking in this light on OBS. I can actually really see see the shading and stuff much better than in the real light. Oh, I'd love that. Yes, please, Pete. That would be amazing. Removed from the vault is also a thing. I'm not entirely sure if I'm actually, if it's actually saving any of this at the moment. I don't even know how to do that. I think I set it to. Oh Christ! I think I set it to recording as well. Yeah, it does say streaming and recording at the moment, so I'm assuming it's doing both. No idea where it's saving it to, but I guess we'll find out after the stream. Yes, this was a very, very grim garage. It was full of spiders. Uh, it wasn't damp, which was quite nice. Surprisingly, it wasn't damp. But yeah, it was literally just a dumping ground of shit. Found a load of old paint even from the people who lived here before we did, who left a load of old paint here for us to find, which I still haven't gotten rid of. Massive buckets of paint that, Christ, that's very yellow. Still are sat in the garden at the moment, trying to dry them out so I can take them to the tip. But yeah, it's our new hobby space is everything I hoped it would be and more, to be honest. Yeah, I've been staring at it every morning so far. It's it's yeah. The weather's been lovely, so I've been sat with my breakfast in the garden, and surprisingly enough, the paint that have been sat in the sun and in the rain, hello, it's you, is still very, very wet. So yeah, I'm still having to buy more cat litter to try and soak up the old moisture in there and then take them to the tip. But that's a problem for future Flort. Oh yeah, God. Yeah, the the lighting wiring. Actually, quite thinking back, like obviously this was me at the time. I was proper miserable because I really didn't like things taken longer than in my mind they needed to. I'm very much one of those people who will just want to get started on something, just get going, and then fix any issues as I go along, and not go on the hunt for more problems than I think there should be. um, and this was, I think, one of the final days that we actually spent in here, and it just took forever and ever and ever to get anything done, and I was so frustrated. And we were trying to get the lighting cable routed over the top of the ceiling panels, and it turned out there was an entire miniature train board on top of the ceiling there from the previous owners, who or maybe even people before that, because they let it out to some, I think some, I don't think, I think Nick might be able to tell him of some people who lived here before us who, well, like most rented spaces, didn't exactly take care of it, and just it was a bit of a state. So yeah. Yeah, it's the difference between outside and in. Obviously, we've got no windows here, but knowing that this space is, yeah, we just go out at our back garden and duck under the garage gate, and we've got our own locked door. It's an actual like proper space. So yeah, it's very. Oh, thank you. This is I think Life in Plastic. I think it's called from Holotaco. They um mega pink with a very glittery, sorry, glossy top coat on top of that. But yeah, this is such a nice space to sit in. It's made such a difference because before we were sat in a tiny um yeah, they call it the third bedroom, but it's more of a a large closet, I suppose. It's just about big enough for like one single bed. I think you'd use it for like a child's bedroom or something, but ain't no one having kids. Um, so we use it as our hobby space. And initially, I wasn't really all that interested in painting, but then Nick started with yeah, the desks and the cat litter box. Whenever Alfie decided that he needed to drop another nuclear bomb in there, um, get mustard gas. It was, oh my god, it was horrendous. That cat, the way he shits is just. Yeah, I guess we should be happy with. He's like King Kong's thumb. He shits bigger than George, our dog, which is insane considering he's like half the size. It's that cat. Yeah, he certainly knows how to poop. Bless him. But yeah, and that in a tiny box room is just not how you want to do your hobby. And not being able to reach the paints because Nick was sat in front of them and I wasn't able to roll my. Or I didn't even have a rolling chair. I just had a dining room chair. Not being able to move my chair back because I would knock into Nick, and it was not ideal. Hi, I didn't even realise you were going to drop in. Hi, Will, you alright? Oh shit, I just doxed you. Oh my god, Tealpo. Hello, welcome for dropping by. It's thank you for dropping by. Welcome to the chat, I rather. And yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I've doxed everyone. That's the trouble of knowing that people are watching your stream. It's just they, yeah. I haven't used your surname, so I think you're safe. Yeah. So yeah, that's the trouble with knowing the people who are watching. It's I'm gonna have to be careful with using people's names so I don't accidentally expose them to the world. Oh, and oh, that'd be nice. I would love that if you wouldn't mind telling me about those at a later date. That'd be very appreciated. Online names, online names. Yeah, exactly. It's it's been tricky. Even when I'm in your streams and I see people that I know from either our raiding community or um, yeah, it's just it's especially with like Nibble when he shows up occasionally. Like I yeah, it's funny because yeah, certain people shouldn't be named online because of professions and stuff like that. So it's just yeah, better to stick with your online. Ooh, it is a bug. Hello, Buddha Buddha. I know. I'm really trying really hard not to say names because I need to get used to this, not saying people's names. So, hello, and it is a bug. It's Belthanos's bug. This man, haven't started him yet, but he will be at some point later. I just wanted to put some more paint on this guy. He he's all right. It is a big bug. Yeah, I think most people are all right with the name dropping. I think the people that we know who are in these streams, they probably aren't all that worried, but just buggiest stream. God, the gang's all here. God, yeah, it's nice to see people drop in. So thank you everyone for dropping in. I know it's not the most exciting thing to watch someone paint something that you probably have no interest in whatsoever. But I appreciate it. I appreciate you dropping by and saying hello. And then it was giving me opportunity to practice, to do some streams. Aha, the man, yeah, the man with the puns. Yeah, I live with that man. He's usually quite good. Yeah, spirit level. Oh God, I can that one. I hadn't even thought of that. I probably should realise that I've got like mega light bars and what is oh gosh, it's actually yeah. That for the future probably should realise that that camera also films things. Alphabet Mafia and the Irish. Who's the Alphabet Mafia? It's not me, so although I say that, I might well be. It's you. Why are you the Alphabet Mafia? I do not. Oh, bless you. Oh, that Alphabet Okay, I see. Yeah. I guess, yeah, my goal is really to, if slash when I do more of these streams, just to have a chill stream where people can hang out, have a chat, talk about their hobby, um, talk about, well, whatever comes up really. If they have anything to discuss, then my chat should be like a safe space. And yeah, I hope that eventually will be the thing. Yeah. Would love for this to become more of a regular thing, because for one, I need to be painting more, and this will be a very good reason for me to paint more. Have some sort of like force myself to come in because I've promised to do a stream. I'm a white woman in my 30s. This is true. I haven't started a flower shop slash bookshop slash coffee house yet though, so yeah. That is true. I can leave all that stuff set up rather than having to start it over every time I want to try. Like on the kitchen table, pumpkin streams. I could even do a pumpkin stream from here as well. Although I would hate to have this place become messy. I really love how clean and tidy and how nice it is. Lovely maid outfit, yeah, because that looks so good on me. Fucking hell. Oh, on Nivian, yeah. Okay. That actually would be funny. I would watch that. Or don't know if I would find it very appealing, but I'd find it very entertaining for sure. Not against the idea. Mm, I guess I'm probably more against it than you are. Although if it will get me views, you never know. Maybe in the future, if I'm truly desperate, I'll wheel out the husbando and. This is true. It is a safe space. If that's what he wants to do, if he wants to prance around in a maid outfit, then he should. And I will support him. and only laugh a little bit. Oh God, one of those aprons with kiss the chef kind of things. He did make really, really nice Chinese chicken thighs earlier for lunch, which was good because that means that I'm now not hungry for ages and I can actually sit here and do a stream without stressing. Can you show butts on Twitch? I think only if you're wearing like shorts or something. I don't think you're allowed to show naked butts, are you? Or maybe only if you're a girl. Because apparently girls get away with everything here. Oh, God, I can even hear. My nipples are safe as well. Bum, yes. Anus, no. Okay, noted. Noted. I do wonder what I just heard the dog barking over. It's interesting because I'm in a garage that's only slightly attached to the house. I can actually hear our dog barking through the wall whilst I'm wearing headphones. So apologies to Nick, who is sat in the middle of that. Oh Christ, what's that? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's very illegal to leave your own house with your own mode of transportation. How dare he have a hobby? Oh God. Still need to get Jay to oh Christ. I'll move this little dude. Still have to get Jay to what's the word? I can't think of the word now. Judge the diorama competition that we're still in the process of doing, which should have finished ages ago, but maybe maybe at some point in the future he'll be like, oh yeah. I'm not ready either, don't worry. I think I've got like two and a half minis painted of the 3, but I have not started on the actual diorama at all. I do agree. I want to do a yearly one because it's a really nice thing to have like have going in the background, something to work on. Yeah, I think New Year's to New Year's is a nice one. Or maybe at some point during the year we can do a Warhammer World, a visit to Warhammer World to get some inspo and some FOMO as well. Because oh man, those people can paint. Yeah, heck yeah. Be a bit tight in the car with 5 people. 5? 5 people, yeah. But we'll make it work. We could take 2 cars. Stay over at was it a Holiday Inn or Travelodge or something over there? 40 clan rats. William. I yeah, you're halfway, I suppose, and John, you're not too far. Nick built me a load of clan rats, so I'm knocking the camera. So that's going to be the next step. I've got a load of clan rats, but I thought I was still working on this bug dude. I should probably get this guy worked on before I do anything else, and then I'll take it from there. He actually looks all right on the camera, which is interesting. He doesn't look great. He doesn't look that good in person. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, that voucher from HelloFresh, Nick. That is a really good deal, actually. lands on the inside of his wings. Oh, bless you. Don't a dick. We definitely should start HelloFresh again. I know it's a bit of a rich people thing, but oh my god, I do love not having to think about cooking dinner. Well, obviously, I will cook dinner, but not having to think about what to make and actually having some variety rather than the same things over and over again. Because I am not very imaginative when I walk through Lidl and just pick up the same things. Please do not didic. It's like Do Not the Cat, was it? Trying to remember the meme. Yes. Please do not the cat. I love the cat. Should have grabbed a bigger brush. This angle though. Oh god. What do you mean not as good as the first time you used it, John? In what way? Has the quality gone back, like backwards, or what's? Or did you just not pick recipes that you liked, and has that put you off? Not as good. I always thought the chicken from HelloFresh was really good. Like it smells completely different. Yeah, they've changed that. They put like brackets in for uh like street food and premium meals and stuff like that. And if you don't want any of that, then well, you have to pay. If you want any of that, you have to pay a lot extra. Like, which is a bit of a dick move, really. I guess they have to make their money somehow because it's not a bad like quality wise price. The price for you pay for what you get. It's really not that bad. You pay for the convenience, I suppose. Yeah, exactly. But if you want to add some prawns, then here you go for $3.50 per person per meal extra. Like, yeah, I'm lucky in the sense that I prefer the potato wedges with everything. Everything has potato wedges. All the slow meals, they're all potato wedges. Slice a potato into wedges. Toss the coat. Yeah, that's. I still have a lot of the cards. Like I actually made like a list of things. But I think the problem with or the main reason why HelloFresh for me works is because um I just like the convenience of getting it delivered to my house. Rather than having to go to the shops to pick out bits and like, for example, like I only ever really shop at Lidl. Um, and they just don't have everything. There's certain things that you just can't get from Lidl that HelloFresh uses. But you should just use the recipe cards because you're able to like buy the buy the ingredients in bulk and make so much better. Yeah, that's true. There's little to no waste, and the portion sizes are really good. I like that as well. I don't think I've ever been hungry after a HelloFresh meal, which it's definitely more more expensive than going to the shop and getting your own stuff. But it's oh Christ, You pay for the convenience of having it hand delivered, not having to chop anything other than the vegetables, I suppose. But you don't have to chop the chicken or anything like that. Most of the time, just get the diced chicken thighs. Yeah, it's definitely not cheaper. We cancelled ours when we ran out of discounts. And I know I've like created second accounts and sent myself discount codes, but when we tried that last time with Nick's second account, apparently it recognized that we'd already had an account on this address, so it wouldn't give us discounts. But now they've posted a discount thing to him, which makes me believe that we'd be able to get discounts again. Would be nice. I would like more HelloFresh. It's just remembering to pick your own recipes in time for the before they stop the changes, because you really don't want the same thing over and over again. They tend to just give whatever is, I think, probably cheapest for them too. Might be worth trying one of the ones, the ones. Yeah, they do send an email now. They say time to make your changes or whatever, or change to time to choose your menu, but you still have to then choose your menu. So it's not balls. But I do like HelloFresh. The other ones, like Gusto and stuff, I think they don't come with all the ingredients. They send you like cards. Yeah, we've had that a few times, haven't we? Where we went and forgot to make changes to the menu, and you end up with like wedges with chili and wedges with a burger and cheese and wedges with some do, some don't. Oh, it'd be interesting to check the other ones out, because I've tried others and they only send you like the spice packs, and then you have to go get your meat and things out yourself, which I find a little bit that sort of defeats the purpose for me. I really want, if I'm gonna if I'm gonna pay someone to pick my meals for me, I want them to fucking properly pick my meals for me and not make me still go to the shops to get ingredients, because at that point I'll just make my own stuff. But yeah. Yeah, for two people it's definitely better than for one person. Although you can get, if you most of the recipes are very easy to reheat the next day. So you could in theory like do 2 days worth of one meal. Yeah, that's right. They like things like mayonnaise and ketchup and stuff like that, and sugar. They don't. They just assume um that you have it. Yeah, it does work, because I know that obviously the portions are a good size, and I know that I wouldn't be able to eat all of it if I tried. So yeah, it would work for multiple days, but yeah, I guess it depends on if you want to eat the same thing 2 days in a row. It's not for everyone, that's for sure. So, what are you guys painting at the moment? Is anyone else on a project or? Yes, Flort. Flort is trying. it does help to be mobile and not have to carry everything yourself from the shops. You can hang it off your handlebars or get like a crate on the back of your bike. I have to admit, I've recently sold my bike because I hadn't ridden it in 3 years, I think. And I made someone very, very happy with it. I was very sad to see it go because it was an amazing bike, like bright, like fire engine red with a little crate on the back, and so good. Yeah, you've been on fire with those Skaven Tide Stormcasts. You've really, really worked really quick on that. Much quicker than, I mean, I haven't even started on the Skaven in that book, so I've been painting my other, I say backlog, but for me it's not so much a backlog as just enjoying my painting. I just really, really like the painting. Which I really hope that at some point other people will also. Hi, Deep Blue Sea. Oh god, that's very exciting. What are you going to paint? We were saying in the stream earlier that the room that you see behind me, this is actually our garage. And a few weeks ago, we finally, for the first time, well, finally finished the garage conversion. So we finally got round to um, doing some actual hobby work in our new hobby space, which is huge. It's very nice to not have to sit next to the cat litter box anymore and climb over each other to try and paint. So, but you say a pile of shame only seems to grow these days, but it's a pile of opportunity. It's not a pile of shame. It's a pile of opportunity. I just get really excited when I see everything that I still get to paint, which I know that for a lot of people that is horror. Like, why on earth would you think that is a positive thing? But yeah, I love the painting, so. More grey for the pile. We love the grey pile because it gives us opportunities to paint. You just checked HelloFresh and they clearly hate single people. Yeah, this is what we were saying earlier, that you'd have to like spread it out over 2 days and cook something first and then use it for 2 days. Deep Lucia may need some explanation, but I'm going to attempt to paint a design on a didgeridoo with acrylic paint. Oh, that's amazing. That's a very exciting project. Have you got a plan, with like a design in mind, or are you going to freehand something, or what are your plans there? Didn't realize didgeridoo counted as a percussion instrument. I always thought it was one of those like continuous airflow kind of thing. Yeah, like I said, that is a project. That's crazy. Oh, I want to see the clown rats as well. Yes, you'll have to send it to me, Nivian. I'd love to see them. I'd love some rats. If it goes wrong and looks terrible, did the project become a didgeridoo? I suppose it probably would. But I don't know if there's the same sort of margin of error as what there is for miniature painting. I mean, if you don't like it, you just paint over it and go again. I'm very, very much of a mind that nothing is ever properly ruined. You could beat people to death with it, yeah, I suppose you could. I don't think that's the intended use, but there was quite a few didgeridoo artists in Amsterdam when I still lived there who would sit like in on Dam Square and do didgeridooing. Yeah, play the didgeridoo, I guess, but yeah. I'd never thought of that as something to paint. It's really cool. isopropyl to get rid of it. I think they're generally made from wood as well, so you would struggle. Yeah, I would have thought it was a wind instrument as well, but if you percussion, fair enough. Fair enough. It's learn something new every day, I guess. Oh, thank you, Al. Really appreciate that. I'm enjoying painting him, even if I keep seeing bits that I've missed and having to go back to them. But that's the story of my life with painting, I guess. I always see more. But then that is the joy of painting. Bit of Bob Ross right there. Deep Blue Sea, what made you start? Well, is it your own didgeridoo, or did someone else ask you to paint theirs, or really fighting yourself on this? But maybe since you downstream, it will be okay. You made the didgeridoo yourself. Oh man, that's amazing. Yeah, happy little bugs. Yeah, I think if I found one this size in my house, I'd probably have a meltdown. Bit like the spider that Nick found earlier in the bath. Unfortunately, dispatched, or I say dispatched. He put it in a glass and very friendly. Well, he asked me if I wanted to see it before he put it outside. I always want to see it, so. But yeah, I think I could hear it tap dancing inside the glass. It was very big. Constantin Valdor. I don't actually know what model that is. Oh, you did say Darkstar Gaming was very strange. You did not have a good time. Is it the place um where they had the Magic tournament on and basically all the models and stuff were sort of squashed behind desks and tables and you had to ask people to. Well, good, interesting. No, not really. It wasn't the best experience, but it's always one of those things like you being in. Nick was saying that he was in there whilst they had something else going on. Yeah, the thing is, like, I was in the bathroom about 2 minutes before he was. He went in after to go for a shower and saw it in the bath. So I was really lucky that I didn't look into the bath, because I normally do when I'm in the bathroom, because it's always where they go for some reason. They like going in the bath, or they can't get out of the bath. I suppose they go in there and then they're stuck. So but yeah, it's a lot better to have it this way around as opposed to having it run past the bed and me screaming for Nick while he's in the bathroom that I need saving. It's I'm not the bravest of people when it comes to spiders. I mean, I'll do it if I need to. I'll catch the spider myself and I will put it outside if I need to. I'm quite opposed to killing spiders because I don't think it's fair that they weren't born, well, they didn't choose to be born as spiders, and I have no real reason to be afraid of them, so it feels unfair to kill them. So yes, exactly. If you came in at the wrong time, he asked if I wanted to be forever. It is a spider. Yes, it was not. It was not. It's nothing dodgy. That's usually before we go to bed. That's different time. And then also the answer is yes. So it's funny. I think our delivery driver for this area. I don't know if this was DPD or not. If it was, it makes sense because they've finally twigged on. He didn't even look at the notes on the door. He just immediately walked to the bush next to the front door and just chucked it under the bush. Massive, massive box of with like a jerry can of isopropyl alcohol in it. So yeah, normally they come up to the door, set the dog off, and then read the note on the door to leave it under the bush. But this one, this guy just immediately went for the bush. This is also Nivian on weekends. Immediately goes for the bush. Before someone else makes that joke. Yeah, see? Had to be done. Bordering self-promo. A loose plan, but I don't know if I'll get to the central focus. Stylized armadillo. I love armadillos. No, you're fine. I'm glad you're sharing. It's nice to, because obviously you're. I'm new to streaming. You're new to the chat, so it's nice to see when people actually talk and engage. What do you mean with bordering on self promo? Because I'm streaming and you're. Oh, I see. Never mind. Yeah, no, it's not self promo when it's answering a question. Definitely not. No. And oh Christ, sorry, I knocked my camera stand there. I'm trying to move my jeans. Um, yeah, no, it's a really interesting project, and I'm honestly, if you're sharing details of something that you're building or creating, then I'm all for it. Love a bit of hobby or creation chat. It doesn't really matter what kind of project you're working on, but this is definitely something new. Yeah, tracing paper, that could work. Depending on how confident you are with your like your mimicking. As I remember when I was little, we we got Dragon Ball Z chewing gum, and that came with a sticker. And I was very very much into Dragon Ball Z at the time, so we ate a lot of chewing gum. And I used to stick the stickers in the back of a like a big old notebook, or drawing pad, I suppose, and put um, then use that as reference to draw the stickers. And it's a good way to learn to draw if you're not confident. But by the sounds of it, if you've made um, if you've made your own didgeridoo, you're already pretty crafty and artistic. So I reckon you. Print, you say? Um, I think the idea of tracing paper is that you've, yeah, I'm not really sure how well that would work. If you can't, you'd almost be looking for like tattoo artists, like something that transfers onto your onto the didgeridoo. So you draw the design on the stencil, and then stencil it onto the didgeridoo for then painting or engraving or whatever your plan is. With are you painting it? Yeah, you said you were going to paint it. I thought tracing paper worked the other way. So you made a trace of something, and then you put the paper underneath a next piece of paper, so you had the outline of something already. That is true. Yeah, it would give you an idea of um, where the crucial bits of the armadillo go, because you have to consider the warping. Obviously, working on a round surface is going to be interesting. That'd be really cool. I hope. I don't know if you have an Instagram or anything like that, but if you have, it'd be cool to see yeah, if you upload pictures of the process or something, that'd be cool. Nivian, have you shown me the Seraphon proxies? Because I am not. Are they this? They're the dinos, aren't they? She said like complete freaking painting Warhammer and not entirely sure what Seraphons are. Yeah, they're the little lizard men. Oh yeah, they actually look really cool. They're really good dinos. They are more interesting than the Games Workshop ones, if I'm honest. I find the Games Workshop ones a little bit tame, considering you've literally got an army of dinos and you're. It should be really awesome, and it's a little bit tame. So yeah, the proxies are more interesting. And if you're not planning on taking them to a tournament or anything like that, there's no reason to use the official Games Workshop ones. A spearhead. When are you back in the area, John? Is it going to be a while or? Well, is it Christmas time now? It better be for Christmas, at the very least. Be very disappointed if we don't see you around New Year's. Oh, thanks very much, Will. Really appreciate it. Have a nice evening and see you soon. Have a good shift. Oh god, 12 hours. Are you understaffed still? Oh yeah, some normal notebook paper and wrap that around. Okay, yeah, that could work. I think the idea of tracing paper is that it's quite transparent, so you will be able to see it better than with normal paper between quotation marks. No way, already Halloween. Oh god. Duxford on the 14th. Are you going to the air show that oh no, it's not. Duxford is not where Nick is going. Nick is going to Stansted. What are you doing in Duxford? Oh, you're going for an air show. Okay. I didn't realise there was an air show on the 14th. Yeah, it's true. It's the overlap between Halloween and Christmas that's always a bit jarring. I'm not a big fan. I like Halloween a lot. Any any reason for a good like a dress up party is always good. Not that I've been to one in years, but might have to do a Halloween stream or something. Maybe carve a pumpkin and do dress up for it or something. That'd be cool. I guess I thought Halloween normally the Christmas decorations come out after Halloween wraps up, so like on the 1st of November. Yeah, I'll have to do one. I don't think I did one last year. I don't think I actually did a pumpkin last year. I'm trying to remember now. I'm not sure if I did. No, I don't think I did. I do like pumpkin carving. It's very messy though. I'm always a bit stuck for ideas. I need to actually think of it because I always used to do like one or two Pokemon ones. But because I'm old, I only really have any like connection with the first 151 Pokemon. I don't really find the newer generations all as interesting. So you're kind of limited into. I suppose I could. 151, you say? That sounds like quite a lot of Pokemon. Like you are correct. That is quite a lot of Pokemon. Haven't done 151 pumpkins for sure. I do always worry about oh Christ. I do always worry about seeing Christmas decorations out early on. It kind of stresses me out. It's just another indication that the year is finished again and that New Year's is just around the corner. Space Marine Pumpkin. I could do, I guess. They do, I guess the armor pads and stuff they do. It would work well for a pumpkin. Would work well. Will you wear wigs? Or Tyranid one. I could do a Tyranid, like a face-off, like Space Marine and a Tyranid. How dare I slander our Lord and Saviour Bidoof? When will you wear wigs? That's probably the best interview in the world, that one. Would you wear wigs? And Bidoof is just not very fun to paint, I'm afraid. He's just not very... He's just a cloud with teeth. Which I suppose for carving purposes is fairly simple, but yeah, boo, yeah. You carve a bit of pumpkin then, and I'll do I want him this light? No. I'm gonna go Karax Sewer, I think. You can't, your hands are, they're not. You're able to paint Space Marines. Well, not Space Marines, Custodies. Golden Boys. If you can paint Golden Boys, you can carve a pumpkin. You just need to make sure you get a pumpkin carving kit, which sounds really dumb, but if you're not sure about pumpkin carving or haven't done it before or don't really know how to go about it, just having the right tools, but having some tools that will help you with the process really, really, really helps. Differently abled, yeah. It's one of those things. It's pumpkin carving. You can make it as easy or as difficult as you want, right? You can see the I've seen, excuse me, I've seen carved pumpkins of with literally just hollowed out and just a face cut out, just because I'm a freaking sucker for punishment and like to make the most difficult pumpkins. Doesn't mean that it's the way to go. There's people out there who actually like all year round like carve pumpkins, and looking at their stuff, it just makes me not want to paint not want to carve pumpkins at all because they are way too good. Stresses me out. And paint by numbers, it's not exactly, no, it's only, I mean, I suppose if you like to, you follow a guide, but it's still need to have fairly stable hands, and you can always stencil something on onto your pumpkin and carve that. It's not you don't have to do all of it yourself, I guess. Yeah, I do make sense occasionally. Cheap brushes. Oh, go on. No, that's not true. I'm clever. Like, I'll pick something that I know I can draw, and and then I'll draw it. Draw 2 circles. Yeah, draw the rest of it. That's still one of the best drawing tutorials out there. It makes me laugh every time I see it. I think it's, I don't want to say difficult, because it's not. But if you have, well, it is. But if you, I guess practice makes perfect kind of thing. But it's one of those things you need to do a just find an image that you think you can draw that on the pumpkin. Oh, I'd love that. I would watch that. Maybe we can do like a collab stream. We both do a pumpkin. If you want, we'll stick a time limit on it, and we can't. Do you have plans for it? Are you going to put it outside for trick or treaters or something? Do people trick or treat in your area? I don't know if it's a thing. I know they come around here where we live. Didn't really see many of them last year, actually. Were we here? Were we here for Halloween? I want to think that we weren't actually here. I'm waiting for Nivian to fill in the blanks in my memory. Yeah, there's not as many trick or treaters as I would like, but at the same time it makes it a lot cheaper because I always want to hand out like decent candy, and it's difficult to hand out decent candy when you've got hundreds of kids knocking on your door. Oh, it was the first year of George. The first year we had a puppy that we picked up like literally at the end of November, and he did not understand people knocking on the door. So that's why we didn't do Halloween that year. Halloween in Mayo. Oh man, that'd be freaking awesome, wouldn't it? Maybe we can do that next year. I think we should. We definitely want. We've been thinking about like half fantasizing about going to Mayo for God knows how long. And after you visited us this year, we were like, we definitely should go over there because it's manageable. But, it'll be so fun. Have to come up with costumes though. Oh, your paints have arrived. Awesome. What kind of paint? Are they acrylics or? Yeah, I reckon it would be. Make sure if you book the ferry, it's the Swift one. It makes the journey a little over 2 hours. The non-Swift, oh god, that's quite a long time, and especially if we have a dog and we have to get there in time for check-in or whatever. Yeah, I think the Swift one is probably the way to go then. How long did it take you again to get from Felixstowe to the ferry? I'm trying to remember, but my mind's gone blank. 6 hour drive. Yeah, you had to stop off to pick up the bike saddlebags, were they? Yeah. I forgot to ask actually at the time. How did they go? Was that a swift stop or did it take forever? Okay, good. What the heck? What? Oh, that is really quick. Yeah, it's nice when people are expecting you. To be fair, I mean, Zach, he did post on his Discord like 2 months before he actually went that he was planning on going on a road trip, and anyone who wanted to meet up, etc. Yeah, yeah. It was mentioned for sure. Apologies for the throat clearing there. I should really mute myself for that. You expect me to pay attention to this publicly available information? I mean, yes. Inconceivable. Reprehensible. Oh, I freaking love painting Sylvaneth. These little tree dudes, like because they're tree dudes, you can't really get it wrong. Just slap some brown on and even when it pulls and make a mess of it, you can just... It's very Bob Ross. You come full circle and back to Bob Ross again. Give him a little light brown diaper because he looks like he needs it. I should probably update my Twitch profile and put some like finished work and stuff. Maybe actually have an online presence. For the base, yeah, it would be like the other Sylvaneth. I just very, very bright and green and lush, really like foresty green. I did. I have had 3 of them so far. The only one I haven't tried yet is the pomegranate one, I want to say. I especially like the pear and the peach ones. They were really nice. The peachy one was just really, really gentle. Very, very nice beer. How did you like them? Were they any good? Yeah, regarding bases, my Sylvaneth are all on bright green, grassy bases with lots of plants and foliage and stuff, and I love having them in these lush green surroundings that makes me happy. Which I suppose is kind of the purpose of painting, being able to enjoy what you're doing. It's a bit sad that this dude doesn't have any flowers in his antlers or whatever they're called. They're like his branches on his head. Because the other Sylvaneth like commanders and stuff, they all have leaves and things in their hair between quotation marks. They allow for some very nice spring themed. Like I put pink flowers in them when I did my Tree Lord, and I guess Alariel also doesn't really have pink options to. Oh yeah, you're right. The peach one didn't. Colin the caterpillar one, yeah, that was cherry blood slushy one. Yeah, I've really enjoyed. I just like the fruity beers. I'm very much a bit of a girl with my taste for beers. I can't really stouts and stuff don't really appeal to me as much. I tried, but it just doesn't really. They are a bit. This is going to sound weird, but they just feel a bit too thick in my mouth. I just don't really enjoy the feeling of drinking them. And they smell a little bit too heavy, I guess. Oh, he does have leaves. Look, they're there. I'm going to make them pink, green and pink, so they can look like it's spring. I'm happy now he has leaves. He has some here as well. Awesome. I should really pay attention to what I'm painting rather than just slapping paint on, but here we are. I get that most stouts have a thickness to them. Yeah, that's what it feels like they're chewable or something, which is really weird, but yeah, I guess maybe a lighter one. I mean, I did, many years ago, I did used to enjoy them, but I drank a lot more at the time, which also probably doesn't help that they're normally really high alcohol content, so I just can't really. I like the taste of a sip of them, but just not too much. They just very quickly get too much for me. Ooh, we've got printing to do. 3D printing for the win. That really has made such a big difference to our hobbying, hasn't it? That 3D printer or those 3D printers. Just being able to print off some like things like silly little plants and stuff. Like, of course, they're not stuck in my drawers, but just like have some trees. Camera out of focus. Have some branches. I heard you like branches. I've got some bigger branches. And leaves and stuff. They're honestly really good for basing. Just realised the reason why they're stuck together is because they've been magnetised. They've had the little magnets glued to the base there, and these as well. I guess for the I nicked the grey primer on them. Stick that to the side of my drawers. Yeah. Yeah, they are them good brunches. Unreasonably excited about getting a 5-litre bottle of isopropyl. Yeah, but it's nice to have lots of the good stuff. And I know you have, when you bought them in the past, they came in like separate bottles, but not really. Why is it nicer to? Oh god, yeah, I don't eat the magnets. We won't tell them. This is why we don't dox people. Buddha, because their work might be watching my 12-viewer stream, which actually is a shitload of people. Fucking hell, I was not expecting 12 people to be watching. That's social media really screws with people's minds. They're thinking like getting 12 likes on a picture or having 12 viewers on a stream. It's like, imagine having 12 people standing behind me here trying to watch me paint. That's nervous as hell. Nerve-wracking, that stuff. who doesn't who doesn't enjoy 5 liters of alcohol? Yeah, it is the going blind kind of stuff. It's unfortunately not. I mean, it hasn't stopped the Russians when they had to put like blue coloring and stuff in them to. In a pinch. I'm lurking for now. Going to start a test piece on a scrap piece. Very exciting. Thank you very much for dropping in, Deep Blue, and thank you for the lurk. Really appreciate it. It was very nice to have you. I hope to see you again in the following streams. Yeah, definitely. If you have an Instagram, I don't know if you do. Just pop it in the chat, and I'll so we can find you and check out the progress. Be cool. That's another thing. I should probably put my Instagram on Twitch as well. Things to remember. Oh my gosh, it's so good. The druid flying. I'm very excited you came back for it, to be honest. I wasn't expecting you to go play the new expansion, but it is very useful. I'm just also happy that we can now dragon ride on every mount, so that when I hit my favorite mount or like my random favorite, it just gives me like a flying disc or something stupid. It just, yeah, it's I'm really enjoying the expansion. To be honest, I've had a very good time so far. I wasn't like, I'm always super hyped for WoW expansions because it's my game. Um, but it might, yeah, I've so far thoroughly enjoyed the experience. The questing seems really fun, and the only thing I've struggled with is going there with like an alt with terrible gear. Because if you don't want to play the campaign again, um, just doing world quests and stuff, and the bonus objectives is very difficult if you don't have the gear for it. It's very painful. I should really just bite the bullet and just go do the campaign. But yeah, I guess it's one of those things. Yeah, but my evoker is, I mean, I'm terrible. Like, for one, I'm literally starting evoker for the first time, well, second time, being terrible at it, the whole process being super painful, and then also dying to really stupid stuff because I'm just a shitter and my gear is even worse. Um, it's yeah, I'm just glad that it's a thing that I can level on an alt, but it's yeah, definitely more of a struggle with shit gear than it is with my old Dragonflight heroic gear or Mythic Plus gear. Um, I've I did the first playthrough on my shaman as elemental when I'm normally resto, obviously, and I was like, well, I'm not doing this as resto, obviously. Um, and that went really smoothly as well. I died maybe a few times, I guess, but it was just being overconfident and pulling too much, or getting caught out by pathing mobs or something like that. Nothing too crazy. I didn't feel particularly squishy, and dungeons felt really smooth and sort of seamless as well. To be honest, I really liked the experience of the dungeons being incorporated in the questing as well, and using follower dungeons as a way to quest or as part of the questing. Delves are also kind of fun. I'm kind of looking forward to see where that's going to go. With obviously, it's once Mythic Plus is out fully, like delves are not going to be the best way to get gear. But if you're not looking, if you don't want to get a group or anything like that, and a delve is perfect. Really, you can still get like Mythic 3 gear from it, I think. Yeah, you probably did the campaign one, then doth the where we have a where you have a shaman tank in your group and go, what on earth is this? Oh no, not if you're leveling as tank, then you wouldn't. No, I was very confused by the shaman tank follower. I sent it to Holly, and obviously she'd already done it ages before that, and she was she said something along the lines of, "What in the WoW classic fuck is this?" Made me laugh. Yeah, I suppose that makes more sense. I guess it's because he corner pulled everything with like chain lightning and stuff. It worked. It was fine. It was just very strange. I, let's see if I like this. A lighter weapon. I think so far I've always used darker paints on weapons, but we'll see what this. If I like this, and if I don't like it, then we'll paint over it again. I quite like the progression thing in Delves as well. You can't just immediately go to the most difficult setting. You just sort of have to work your way up a bit like in Diablo. Yeah, seeing you and Will online has been really weird. You guys, we thought that with the like the pre-release event that we thought, oh well, they'll probably get bored of it, and then they didn't. Oh shit! Who won? Who won the bet? Yeah, because normally the Wonder Twins get bored before much happens. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think the rookery is the first one, isn't it? Yeah, it was. Me too, El. I've been. I really liked my first few delves. I don't think I've done all of them yet. Um, Probably should. It's one of those things. Just probably should. I've been more interested in leveling new alts and stuff than um, doing the delves, which I suppose I should just do as part of the leveling, I guess. But his hand is going to need a bit darker. Oh Christ! So far, it's been good to have something to do at work. Do you have a laptop or do you have a PC you can play at work? And is it so quiet that do you have nothing to do at work? How does that work? Oh, the Steam Deck. Yeah, of course. Because WoW will run on a toaster, so provided you have a stable internet connection, that will do the trick. Oh, that's clever, yeah. Wait, you're not allowed to loan work, so you're having to just sit there and get paid to do nothing? What do you mean with trivialized? No? As in there's no point doing them because they're too easy, or they have no reward, or what? Not nothing. Wow. Shoot, I'm just gonna roll out of the screen for a sec to grab a different paint. Hopefully get back in here without completely fucking up the entire setup. Bear with. There we go. Can you show the stream our paint storage setup? Yes, I can. Just wondering what the easiest way to do it is. Probably my phone, to be honest. So our paint storage is... Nope, it's not my phone, because that's plugged in. I will use my webcam. So... we have... Oh, that doesn't really zoom in proper, or like focus properly, but we've got 3... They're technically nail polish racks that I just got off Amazon, to be honest. And they're really good. They've been really good so far. Really, it's really nice. Yeah, we have space. Let's put it that way. Previous shelves we had these like MDF laser cut shelves that just bought off Etsy, I think. They were great at the time, really useful, but yeah, this is definitely the way to go. I think when you watch hobby streamers, they eventually all phase out the MDF ones and go for the wall-mounted option because you just have the space on your desk. It's just a lot better to have the freedom to move. And yeah, just having space on your desk is always nice. Although I have a lot of desk real estate at the moment. I have the larger desk of the two. And I'm only using about half of it to be honest. The other half has the lid of the Skaven Tide box and a paint pot shaker, which is way too loud and don't particularly enjoy using that. So I think our next big hobby investment is going to be the mega set of the Army Painter Speed Paints, the 2.0 set. But I think that box is like 300 quid or something stupid like that. So that's I'm gonna have to save for that one. Maybe we can gift it to each other as a Christmas present or something. So I know the Christmas bunny was saying that he wanted to give me a new graphics card for Christmas, but I think that's way too expensive. I don't really want a new graphics card for Christmas. Christmas bunny. So the candle totem mechanic ride diminishes upon movement, but you get a buff while having it. Wait, you're kidding? That is crazy. You can just right click on the buff and then it. Wow. Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. That seems silly though. I would have thought that would ruin the paint. Sorry, the like the cooldown thing. The paint storage thing is awesome. Yes, thank you. We are really happy with it. It's been they were quite expensive, the shelves, but we were really happy to not have to drill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 shelves into the wall individually, because most of them, when you buy them, there's individual shelves that come in packs of 6. And I was like, really not interested in in lining them all up and having them tidy, because I know what I'm like. I'll see one of them will be slightly off, and I'll be frustrated for the rest of my life because it's not perfect. So I looked for ones that were pre-assembled, one piece, large ones rather than individual shelves. Yeah, I think with the higher levels, when they get released, they will definitely get more difficult. At the moment, they are a bit of a cakewalk. Don't particularly enjoy the spidery one. Don't even really know which one it is, but the one where I don't think I'd be able to explain it because they're all kind of the same, aren't they? They're all spidery ones. There's a bit where you have to get people out of webs, but that again is not one of those things. Oh, that's in all of them. Not in all of them, but. But yeah, spider barrage balloons. Not sure if I know that. What's that, Zach? Wait, what? I must have not done that one yet, Daz, because that sounds absolutely horrendous. Even with the arachnophobia thing turned on, they still move kind of spidery. They don't look like spiders as much, but they still move kind of spidery. It I remember when my baby brother played the Ocarina of Time for the first time, and you get into that tree and you have to fight that spider boss, and it drops out of the drops down from the ceiling, and I remember him literally screaming when it dropped down because he was so tense from like the boss music starting. Oh my god, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And it just fell down from the ceiling. I don't think I've ever heard him scream that loud. Which is funny because he's like 6 foot something enormous at the moment. Or I say at the moment, he's not going to grow anymore, but he's a very strong tall boy. Just floating web balls that dismount you. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, don't fly into them. But that's I am in that dungeon where you have to actually mount up during the fight. When I did that for the first time, on the first few times that we had to get away from there's like towards the end you have to move away from the purple bubble, and then that was all fine, and then I must have accidentally touched one of the golden globe things that you need to touch to not die. And then when we had to chase after the boss, I completely didn't realise that I had to fly through one of these things until I realised that debuff was going down. I was like, oh shit, I'm at that point, it was too late. I was too slow. So I died. But then I released, and you release right where the boss lands, so it actually... Yeah, I think so. I do like the different dungeons. So far, they've been really enjoyable. Even with the people pulling like Final Fantasy style from the door to the first boss kind of mob pulls, which is really annoying, especially if you're a caster. Especially if you're a caster who doesn't know what they're doing, like me learning Evoker. You don't have any range and you're an idiot and chasing after a tank who just runs off. Did feel like a bit of a twat. That boss is a raid boss too? Really? Oh god. I'm gonna have a lot of people die on that one. No, but I'm really enjoying it. I really like... I mean, WoW is my game. I always enjoy WoW, but there's something about this expansion that makes me quite pleased to be playing it, which is good. Definitely good. Alright, so the green is on. Oh, put some green on this. Got a lot of contrast paints and speed paints and stuff. I just make putting the first coat on so much easier. Oh, I can hear the carriage door. That sounds like... Are you Nivian? Is going to show up in a second. Yeah, you have the key, right? No. Oh no! I'm going to let him in. Bear with. Oh, thank you. Nice. You want to wave? Let me see there. Hello. Oh, it looks awesome. That's really good. Right, I'm going to go before George gets too excited. Thank you. Bye. Bye. All right. Bless him for. Hello, Nicholas. Bless him for that. He brought me tea. He is a good man. Oh, it's a shame, right? No maid outfit. I would have really enjoyed a maid outfit as well, but to be fair, I'll trade a cup of tea for a maid outfit. He brings me tea. I'll put up with the lack of maid outfit. It's fine. Yeah, I think you're right. Hey, it's been very for people like yourself who just haven't really had fun with WoW in ages. And the only reason why you were still playing is because you liked hanging out with people from like communities or guilds, etc. It's quite nice to have an expansion to come back to that you're actually enjoying playing again. Makes it worth. Makes it worth the subscription fee, I guess. Thank you for the tea. Much appreciated. It's probably still very hot, but I'm going to have a sip. Yes, very hot. I also think it's normal tea. I think you may have you may have the Earl Grey, and I have the normal tea. That makes for a change. Oh, oops. Don't worry, I'll still drink it. Still tea. Yeah, we had the same thing. Well, for us, obviously, I bought this version before I knew we'd gave early access, and it was just really nice to be able to play without having to fight 100,000 other people for the same starting zone. Um, I've heard some dreadful stories about the starting zone. People who were leveling with war mode on had an absolutely dreadful time. Oh, thank you, baby. I really appreciate you making tea for me. It's very. You're the best. And more paracetamol. You're still feeling shit then. Seven and a half hours for print. Jeez. How much resin does it take? And don't say milliliters of the thing. It's I don't understand. Yeah, 67. Doesn't feel like a lot. Yeah, definitely a long print. It's a really cool model, though. If it is the one that I think it is, and it's a really cool model. Oh, 10% of a bottle. Jeez, that's quite a lot. Still, you could print 10 or 9, I suppose, with. Doesn't feel so bad. Sorry, no. Sorry, no, what? Ah, bottle is a litre, 6% of it. Oh, you can print loads then. That's fine. National Cinema Day here today, so all the cinemas have the tickets between €4 and €5. Oh, awesome. National Cinema Day. I remember the first time going to Felixstowe Cinema, and that was for the opening night of The Hobbit. I believe. And I thought that we probably needed to like pre-book because I was worried it was going to be full. And I think there were like 5 other people in the entire cinema. And they bring you food to your seat as well. They bring you like burgers and chips and stuff if you pre-order them. So that's really cool. I am a big fan of Felixstowe Cinema. It's very good. Yeah, 4 or 5 euros. That's crazy. It's like half of a Coke from the cinema shop. And yes, that's an exaggeration, but what time is your movie? Yeah, exactly. That's that's great. I guess they make their money that way then for those nights. They'll make the money off the people buying their drinks and their snacks. But that is disgusting now. It's so expensive. I hate how much they charge at cinemas for food and drink. It wouldn't be so bad if they'd let you bring your own stuff, but they in Amsterdam at least they check bags and stuff to actually have you open your bags. I remember when I was a teenager, we um we used to wear these really big big trousers with massive pockets and stuff like the skater kind of things, and the girls always had to load up on the drinks and the snacks in those pockets because it wasn't as obvious. And we'd put something small in one of our actual bags, have them either confiscate that or tell us, oh, you shouldn't really be bringing this stuff. But then our pockets would be absolutely loaded with all kinds of snacks and drinks. It does sound a bit of a drive. If you're leaving an hour before it's, I mean, I suppose I'm neurotic, so I would also want to leave an hour before it starts, to be honest, regardless of where it is. Just get there early. Get your seat in time for the adverts. Yeah, we do. I think we're both a little bit neurotic when it comes to travel and going places and being on time, which makes me very happy because it means that I don't have to worry. One of my best friends back in the Netherlands, he used to be perpetually late to everything until he realized how much it frustrated me or how angry it made me when people were late every time. So for me, he's on time. He's not on time for other people. He's still late. But yeah, exactly. Chronically late is just it just feels like um, it just feels disrespectful to me. Like, why is my time worth less than your time? Um, I'm here on time waiting for you, and didn't help that we used to work together. And some days he would be my release, like my relief from the morning shift, and he would rock up late, and I still had to go to the toilet to make a cup of tea, and I'd want to No, exactly. But biking in Amsterdam, he lived like 5 minute bike ride away from the shop anyway that we used to work at. So it felt really really shitty. So actually one time I really snapped at him, and he hasn't done it since. So it he can be on time clearly. Okay. I wish you would dry quicker. Contrast paint. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's late sometimes. Like we all occasionally hit a snag or like end up stuck in traffic somewhere or something comes up, your train is cancelled or something stupid like that. Like things are sometimes outside your control, but this is just base coats, really. It's just different colors of contrasts. Slurp. I should really move my microphone because that mutes me. There we go. I'm a little bit concerned about his sword because his sword is quite swordy. And last time I did a sword like this, um, I did like a non-metallic metal kind of thing, but just in gold. 65 or 90%. Oh man. Now Eric just this is 65% according to Eric. No, actually 65% was base coat and base. This was 75% when they have base coat, not primed base coat, but yeah. Yeah, because he said that his silver prime from a rattle can and a base coat on, or an actual base on the base, that was 65%. That's 65% better than just grey models on the table. And then it was 75% once you put base coats on the model. I don't think he ever got higher than 90%. I think he was not quite as impressive on painting skills as other people might be, which is kind of cute, I suppose. He's like, never going to be better than. Alright, so that can dry for a bit. I'll stick some a little bit. I should get some wet wipes in here, really. That's what I should do. But if it's not coming off my fingers, it's not going to go on the model. Fingers crossed. Do the shake. Yeah, I think getting an NVIDIA graphics card in this PC will be helpful because this wallpaper distorts really awkwardly behind me. It should be able to like fade that out. Really, that'd be nice. Might buy your card off you, John, when it gets here, rather than eBay it. We'll see how it goes. Did you like Nick's step-by-step guide? I hear the USB driver didn't work the way it should, but he sent me pictures of the step-by-step guide and I cracked up. It was brilliant. What kind of system do you have, Pete? I reckon Nick probably knows. He probably remembers. Yeah, I thought the memes were great. Like if he ever wants me to do anything, he just needs to make me a step-by-step guide like that. And he's now going to take that to heart and write me a step-by-step guide to do the most depraved shit. But I think so. I think it makes for a much better and easier way to get through what otherwise would be fairly boring instructions. I think it's. Yeah, but sometimes people need to just wind their neck in, really, because memes are the way forward. 3070 Ti, Ryzen 7 5800X. I guess Nivian will probably pipe up in a second and have a suggestion, but I assume it probably depends on what you're planning on doing with it, but as gaming and streaming is pretty much the pipe up, you know what I mean, though. You know what I mean, and it's very much appreciated from my side anyway. If I wouldn't know where to begin with all of this, and I really appreciate all your help with your PC guru stuff. I mean, even people at your office appreciate the PC guru stuff. They're all asking for help, more and more of them. Oh, I see. So it's the streaming combined with the game that's causing the PC to struggle. Mm. Two computers, that's the way forward. Yeah, I suppose. No idea how that would work. I guess OBS could probably would sort you out with that, rather than two camera inputs, just having two PC inputs. But I think Nick is the dealer of almost everyone who doesn't provide their own crack, really. He's helped a large number of people in the community with PC upgrades and stuff, sometimes even donating his own parts, because he just couldn't bear how shit someone's setup was. In the same way, he built a PC for someone at work the other week, and it was built in such a shitty case that he just couldn't rebuild it into that case and donated a new case for it. It's just too nice, really. PC parts and autism. It's and I deal with a dual core CPU. Yeah, that was just shocking. I don't understand. I don't know anything about, or not much about PC, only what I've sort of absorbed through osmosis. But even that, like, to me, even that sounds crazy, even to me. Apples. Wait, really, Zach? Huh. You didn't say. It's one of those things where, oh, you hide it well. I've fallen into the sort of the ADHD memes algorithm trap where they're all way too accurate. So it makes me worried that I'm actually whatever. I might have ADHD. They made me do like what they made me do. I did like one of those online tests to see what that thought. It's like, oh, you have it's 70% likely you have ADHD. It would be worth testing. It's like, oh Christ. Apparently, it manifests differently in women than it does in men. Not necessarily with attention span problems, but or like hyperactivity, but with apparently a lot of women with ADHD are misdiagnosed with depression when they're younger, which would work. Yeah, the algorithm is scary. I do feel like it knows things. Obviously, if you like one, then it will start showing you more. And if you think, oh my god, oh, that's funny, that's accurate, you keep liking them, so you just get those all the time. But it does feel a bit. Huh, that's interesting. I'd be quite interested to see. I mean, it wouldn't change anything for me necessarily, but it would explain some things. It's not like I'm suddenly going to go get medicated or anything like that. It's just, I don't really know why I'm painting all this. No one's going to pick up my Belthanos to check the underside of the wings, but here we are. Neurosparkly. Yeah, I would have liked my therapist to have told me something like that. But once you're diagnosed with depression, that's the sort of the label they slap on you, and they don't really think much or look much farther than that. Yeah, that is true. Is because I'm a little bit anal about these things. I like to do it all. Now, what did I use? Probably this, because I've managed to put some paint on his body, which shouldn't have gone there. Nope, not that. It's kind of creepy. He looks very woodsy underneath. He's got like these little, don't know if you can really see. Yeah, you can. Like these little wood grain like thingies on him. I suppose it makes sense for a bug belonging to the woods people, but better. cursed yourself a little at your 3070 Ti. Got a Founders Edition. I really like how it looks, so now you want to keep that. Yeah, well, don't have to go with a different edition, right? I don't really know what the new 40 series is like. Founders Edition, if that one looks good as well. Well, you can actually hear the shaking of the paint pot. Sorry about that. I just didn't realise the microphone would pick up on that. I've only just noticed that in the stream details, so apologies. Hear the paint pots, the heavy breathing. Extra added fun. Oh, it's a very exciting process. Painting noises on the painting stream. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. That is. It's not like there's like engine noises or something like that. It's actually just paint pots, so that's all right. I love my tree people. They are so fun. I know they're my first army that I started, but they are honestly, if anyone is thinking about starting an army and they're not sure what to do, go with Sylvaneth. They are so fun and so easy to paint. Ooh, 559. 930. Jeez, that is. Still cheaper than that WoW Collector's Edition or the anniversary card that they that they put up on the launcher. I don't. You said this generation is expensive. I don't think they're going to get much cheaper, are they? I don't think. I think we're just now sort of stuck with high prices for GPUs, or am I wrong in thinking that? They're making silly money on selling enterprise stuff to the AI linkers. Ah, okay. So what we need to do is just tank the AI market. Then is that seems like the logical step. Don't think we'll have much luck with that, but we can try. What's that website that you found, Nick, where you got John's graphics card? They're all refurbished ones, aren't they? They're not new ones. Or are they? Oh, yeah. I guess that would eliminate NVIDIA broadcast and stuff as tools, or am I wrong? Is there an AMD equivalent of that? Oh, okay. I really like broadcast for the room noise removal, but I've no doubt I could set up stuff on my audio interface for that with a newer mic. I imagine so. I guess there are other ways to use like green screen and stuff. If you're not using NVIDIA for that, then yeah, that's right. You actually have a physical green screen, and yeah, then if you just use it for noise removal, then I suppose you don't really need NVIDIA broadcast, but I guess it's the devil you know kind of thing. I say devil, it's actually been an absolute lifesaver for Nick and I when we've been gaming together. I know, right? Icky. Icky. And to be fair, I use push to talk. He's not very good at not very good at managing my own outbursts. So yeah, push to talk is the way to go for me. Doesn't obviously work when you're streaming like this, but when you're in the same room trying to play a game, and one of you, being me, gets really frustrated over nothing, it's definitely better to have that on push to talk. Yeah, that makes sense. It's always better to look when you're not in a hurry to upgrade. Like it's like, oh shit, my graphics card exploded. I need something new really quickly. That doesn't really feel the same way as, oh, I could do with an upgrade. I'll have a look around, see what works and what tickles my fancy. Tickle your fancy. Oh. A bit of extra cash. What a luxury. Well, you work fucking hard enough for it, so it's nice when it pays off sometimes. Yeah, well, my extra cash has been sunk into this room the last couple of months. Um, I haven't really bought any Warhammer. Oh, I bought Skaven Tide, obviously. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you would want to save up for that. I have been told it is quite expensive, so. Yeah, you did. You did buy me that. You're. Is that the one you brought back from Warhammer World? I can't remember now where you got that. He's so cool. Oh yeah, from London. That's right. Yeah, we are the same person. That is true. We try to hide it, but I also have 4 arms. I can type under the table. Oh yeah, the Dragon Man. The Dragon Man. Yeah, I guess when I have extra cash, it goes into savings, Warhammer, and the dog. I spent way too much money on the dog. I finally, yeah, I forgot to tell you actually, Nick. I emailed the uh, veterinary clinic that is associated with that dog agility course at Copdog. And they came back to me today and they emailed over some times and stuff. So I'll have to have a look at that, see what. Because I reckon George would love that. He would love doing agility. He's got absolutely raving mad. Yeah, absolutely. Bring models and stuff. We always need models. Yeah, exactly. We have got, like, literally next to me is another more desk. And we could have another desk behind me on the right side as well. We could there's so much space. So much room for activities. We didn't even need to build a balls, what's it called? A bed with two beds on top of each other. Can't remember what they're called now. Anyway, bunk beds, that's the word, thank you. I'm an adult, I know what the words are. I have a foreigner card that I can play. Yes, that's it. Actually, I'm not English, so I have a reason to not know all your words. Stupid thing is that I do know the word, I just couldn't, for some reason, couldn't think of it. Three-man painted Telemon Dreadnought. What's that? Big old dreadnought. Different shades of gold. Oh, Custodes. Okay, that explains why I don't know it. I haven't really looked into Custodes bits. Walkie-bot of Doom. I do feel like most of the like big armor dudes are could be classified as a walkie-bot of Doom. When you say a third screen, I could just open WhatsApp here on my, and then just in case I do get a notification, I can just look there. And I'm being silly. I know it's not. Because I'm only, you say it's third screen. I've got OBS on one half and Twitch on the other half at the moment, so it's not photos. Oh, that dude on the rocks, dude. Is it a dude? It is a dude. God, that paint job on that non-metallic metal man. Valdor. He is very cool. I had not heard of him. Or I say that, I might have heard of him, but that would have been through a video that Nick and I probably watched together in bed at some point, and which I would have fallen asleep about 5 minutes in, as I do with most videos that we watch in bed. Honestly, it's the best way to fall asleep for me. I'll turn on some... Yeah, it might be a very handsome lady. Dreadnought. Christ, I nearly tapped my bugman with the brush. Oh, Christ, okay, yeah, he's very gold. That's cool. Bit of space on the shoulders there to freehand. Very cool. I'll have to see how far I get with painting my rats as well. Whereas initially I thought just for my first stream I'll just paint some rats or whatever. But then I was like, I think I just paint my man that I'm already working on, and then I'll paint my rats on the next stream. Leave the freehand to me. Oh God. Oh, sorry. I need to work out how to turn these things off, because that is. I'll mute my WhatsApp tab. That should. Gosh. Hopefully that should not announce the notification. It's one of those things. It's the stuff that you don't think about when you start streaming, right? It's I may need to pick your brain at some point. After we may have to, because I suppose there's no point in inventing the wheel twice. So as you have already offered your expertise, I might take you up on that. Cool. Icky fingers. Balls. Lifted my teacup up and accidentally knocked the arm off of a banner bearer that was stood next to my teacup. So I'm gonna have to find some glue for that dude at some point. Oh, I'd love to have a. Yeah, if I'd love your help with that, because that would make my just the idea of having to work it all out and then trying to get it right and stuff. It just stresses me out just thinking about it. So I would be very grateful if I could have your help with that. Thank you very much in advance. Is that all you're shaking your paint pots for? That's not very long. That's not very good shake job. Correct. It is not. I should be shaking a lot more, but. Teeny tiny leaves, tiny leaves. What day is today? Saturday, isn't it? Has anyone got any plans? I know Pete's going to the cinema tonight. Anyone else up to anything? Or tomorrow? Level 80. Ooh. You've been slacking. Well, have you been up to that you're not level 80 yet? It was probably the better question. Oh, very good. That is possibly the best answer to that question that anyone could have given. Maybe rescuing puppies might be better, but exercising, working out, that is. Yeah, that's fair. Took me a little bit to get going as well, to be fair. But, I was lucky that I could start on the Friday. In a way, made me feel immensely guilty for because Nick was still at work and not having the best day of it. Recording tomorrow morning, walk around town Monday. Nice. What are you recording? Oh. Or Ben or whatever. I think I'm gonna just dox people. If anyone has an issue with me using their names or the other names that I know them by, please do tell me, and then I will do my best to not name you like that. But 17 kilos since January. Jeez, Zach, that's amazing. Recording the entropy center. I don't know what that is. Al, I'm afraid. Holy shit, 70. That's crazy. 17 kilos is so much. Ah, okay. That sounds good. Portal, but with time. See, I'm one of those absolute heathens who knows of Portal but never plays it, has never played it. So I know what it is, and I've watched people play it, but never played it myself. Largely because I'm too stuck in my ways, and so I like to play WoW. What other games do you play? Well, played some Animal Crossing. I do know the song from Portal, or the songs from Portal. True. Is that no? Actually, yeah. Is that the Jonathan Colton song? That the Cake Is a Lie song? Yeah, Still Alive. Great song that. Yes, so good. Making a note here, huge success. Hard to overstate my satisfaction. If I could sing, I would, but I can't sing, and I won't subject you guys to that. But he did. What's the song for Portal 2? Have I heard that? I would have only picked up on that through osmosis from what you may have shown me, I think. But just absorb the songs. Star, star, star. Or asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Ah, enjoy. Do love a good cutscene. They've been stellar this expansion. Some really good storytelling in there. Also, very much enjoy people complaining about the amount of Xalatath feet we're getting. Someone screaming that, why are we seeing 5 seconds of her bare soul and the soles of her feet? It's like, why indeed? Who was Obelisks in this? I wish I could come up with something witty, but you've already made the joke, so I can't. I read so many of those comics when I was younger. I still have loads of them, but I think they might be in the attic at my mum's home, waiting for me to eventually get them shipped over here. And then they need to go somewhere, which is the next problem. Where does one store these comics? I'm also kind of sad that I never was able to read them in French, because I think they were written in French and the jokes were originally in French. They were very badly translated into Dutch. The names and everything. They were much better in the earlier translations than they were in the later ones. Oh, thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. It's been so immersed in my painting that I didn't realise it's been nearly 3 hours. That is pretty crazy. I love these cloaks. They're so bit of contrast paint on them, and then you just add gradually smaller, lighter blobs of green, and it just goes, hello, here's some leaves. I love Sylvaneth. They're so cool. Like I said, anyone who isn't sure what to pick for the next army, go Sylvaneth. They are freaking awesome. They have some amazing, like, amazing heroes and like the commanders and stuff. Like Alariel is fantastic, and this dude is great. Draika Hamadrith or Drika or however you want to pronounce it. She's freaking awesome with her bees and shit and the honeycombs on their shoulders and Tree Lord, massive swords and yeah. And because it's all wood and leaves and stuff, you can't really go wrong. You just slap some paint on, it's like, oh well, it's natural, right? So it's just a tree. Age of Sigma, yeah. Sigma Deek. Oh, I can hear them outside. Just heard Nick talking to George outside. Oh. I know nothing about the actual game systems and stuff for 40k or Age of Sigmar, but I've been told that Age of Sigmar is the more user friendly and like chiller way to play than compared to 40k. The rules are a bit less annoying. But apparently Spearhead is better still than that. With like alternating activations and stuff and not having to worry about watching your opponent absolutely table you in turn 1. No, your squigs are so overpowered. I've heard from everyone who's played against squigs. Got one of the guys at work. Uh, he uh, he said that he heard people absolutely getting annihilated by squigs as well. So apparently, it's a known issue instead of a skill issue. Ha. The stabbers. I love the words for like the the names for the troops and the squig armies are just stupid. I thought the stabbers were supposed to be your weak troop, the one that like the one hit wonder kind of thing. Everything is named stupidly. I still can't get over the fact that there's an actual ability called Boing Boing Boing, which that's just insane to me. Also makes me kind of happy, but it's very silly. It must be nice to see your shitty troops survive what they logically shouldn't survive. It's one of those one of those really silly things like, oh, they should be dead. They're alive. All my Warhammer knowledge I get through either Nick talking about it or watching like art streams or people's YouTube videos from Warhammer creators. And I must admit, we like I said earlier, we watch most of those in bed or during dinner. And if we watch anything in bed, I don't usually last longer than like 5 minutes, and that's with something that I find really interesting, like the paint videos. If it's if it's a talk about lore or game mechanics or anything like that, I wouldn't even last 5 minutes. I'm so bad. You sent them to die in your first game and they killed everything. You were that is. I would be surprised as well. Oh, speaking of dinner, yeah, you're right. I should probably be thinking about food as well. Not last long than 5 minutes. So many men have uttered that sentence in their life. Yeah, I hope for different reasons, or I hope not for different reasons. Rather, I mean, I hope. God, poor boys. You men have it really hard. I do feel for you. I expect it to last fucking lifetimes when you don't very often get the opportunity to practice, if that makes sense. Some of us don't have it so hard. That's all. They can get pills for that. Dinner of popcorn, yeah. Oh yeah, you're about to leave, aren't you? Dinner of popcorn. You get a massive bucket. And don't share your popcorn. You each have your own bucket of popcorn. Hello, Rennie Stallone. Welcome to the chat. Big bucket of popcorn and some Maltesers poured in. I don't think they do anything like that in English cinemas. I haven't really found anything like that. You can get sweet or salty, and that's it. Usually, if you're being spicy, you can ask them to mix it up, and then you get sweet and salty popcorn, which is obviously the way to go. But I don't think they do like caramel sauce or anything like that. I haven't seen it anyway. This character is Belthanos, Rennie. It's he comes on a big old bug. He's part of the Sylvaneth Age of Sigmar army. And I thought for my first like Warhammer stream, I thought I'd pick up a model that I'd been working on already, just so I could. So I'd started on the bug the other day, and I used the airbrush to make a start on his like the color gradient, and then used paintbrushes to highlight everything. And then he was still only Zenithal primed before I started. I just been slapping some speed paints on. I'm not entirely sure if he's new or not. He's I think he's fairly new. I think he's from one of the newer releases of the Sylvaneth army. I must admit, I'm not all that up to date. I just really enjoy painting things, and this model got given to me. PTSD over here. Why are you getting PTSD over popcorn or? Oh, you just pour Maltesers into your popcorn. Okay, that makes sense. I thought you were That'd be amazing. Like having like pumps of Maltese or caramel or something. What do you think? Yeah, I'm finding that really. I'm really a big fan of painting, but not a huge fan of the game or the playing itself. So it's quite difficult for me to keep sort of on top of knowing what's what and what's new. So I tend to watch like Eons of Battle, uh, Jay's videos on like new releases and things when he tends to paint his. I like that. He does, yeah, he's great. Oh, you're a friend of yours as well? So your ideas about the law, yeah. Well, it, it's not necessary if you just like to paint. I must admit, I really enjoy painting. I've only ever played one game, a small game. I think it was 1,500 points or something like that. Oh, thank you, Pete. I really enjoyed. Have a great evening. Have fun at the cinema, and enjoy your popcorn and Maltesers. That sounds like a great way to have popcorn, to be honest. Really appreciate you, Lurk, and for the well the chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. The other day you told him how orcs work, and he thought you were. We were talking about Buddha in chat here. He plays Squigs, and they'd play. They played a spearhead head games, and I think it was a 5-0 wins Buddha that you had. How many games did you win with that? Because that is just a crazy amount of wins, and they have the silliest names. Yeah, five wins for that, and they literally have an ability called Boing Boing Boing. But with orcs, it's just a power of belief, right? As long as they believe it works, it will. So it's gotta love a bit of imagination. I still can't believe that undefeated 5 games with your squigs. Did you play 2 games? One against Nick and one against Will, and then against your dad one, I think. Your favorite theory as to why the Emperor is still alive? You reckon that because orcs believe he's still alive? It's that's why he's still alive. Yes, exactly. That's why he's red. I should paint some racing stripes on him, really, and make him extra fast. That is crazy. And that is a really nice bit of flavour, actually. Bloody Emperor still being alive only because the orcs believe he's still alive. It's really funny. Like, thanks, orcs. We really, really enjoyed that. I wonder if they'll ever touch on that, like in the books, if they ever come out and say, like, yeah, that's actually true. Screw all these daily sacrifices that are pumped into his machine to keep him alive. The only reason why he actually is still alive is because the orcs think he is or believe he is. I love that. Do you play, Rennie? Or do you mostly paint or just read the books? Or there's a lot to it, isn't there, Warhammer? Lots of things to to be into as such. Lots of options. Neither. Oh, you just enjoy other people. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, there's some really good podcasts out there. If I were into podcasts, I probably would be listening to Warhammer lore podcast because there's some couple of really good creators out there who are really good. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah. Do myself a favor, get a drug habit. Yeah, I guess. Which creator is that, Rennie? Hunt Leo. Okay. I do appreciate things being like dumbified for audiences who are sort of like sort of interested, but don't want to know everything there is to know. The dog in a cup. Was it Arbiter Ian who did like the book read throughs with his friend, and she then went off to interview the authors? I think it was. I like that idea too. That's cool. Just read books about the lore and then get super invested. His model is a dog who uses a cup as a UFO, like Dr. Robotnik from Sonic. Oh yeah, Albert Ian has a book club with his friend Mira. Oh, that's awesome. I should probably watch that actually sometimes. All of Big Black Library. Wow, that's kind of impressive. I wonder how difficult it is to get an interview with an author of Warhammer lore books. How approachable they are for that kind of stuff. If you need to have like some WoW background and already be pretty the scene. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. It's still crazy to me that you actually indirectly know one of the authors. That's cool. I might have to watch that sometimes because it's I am sort of interested in the lore, but not so much that I actually want to read the whole book. And I think was it I'm trying to remember, was it Bricky who did a lore video ages ago that I watched together with Nivian and that we had that actually made me laugh. I'm trying to remember now. Anyway, yeah, I do love a good meme format video. Oh, they do it in Spanish. So that's, for me, that makes it a bit more difficult because I do not speak Spanish at all. Yeah, that helps. If you're a Spanish native, then it's just easier, I guess, to listen to a podcast in your own language. You don't have to worry about subtitles or anything like that. Yeah, true. I must admit, probably about 99.9% of my life is now in English. It's The only time I ever speak Dutch now is when I when I speak to my mum or my brother or something like that. So it doesn't happen a lot. Yeah, you can just go brain dead, right? You can just listen to it and just enjoy it rather than having to worry about um, mentally translating, which at some point you don't really do anymore, I guess. But it's Latin American Spanish humor is top tier. I guess if you're Latin American or Spanish speaking, that just we all grow up with a certain sense of humor. It's very nice to be able to find that in one of your like media content. You don't need to worry about different type of humor. I had to really adjust my the way I talked, the way I thought really when I moved to England because I was deathly afraid of offending the sensible English people in the new office that I went to work at. I think I did okay in the end. It's a special type of humour that can't be found elsewhere. I think the Dutch are similar. They have very um, yeah, it's very it's almost mean sometimes, and we find it very funny, but most other people don't. I found that it's been all right, to be fair, since I've moved here. It was a bit of an adjustment period, but that was more for me because I was used to just blurting out whatever came into my mind, into my head, rather than how dare you. Your English sensibilities. Ah, no, but it's been all right. There's been a few social faux pas that I wish I could change if I could go back in time and just not say them, but not many. Like I once made a joke about my boss's height. Probably shouldn't have done that. He's a little bit sensitive about his height. Came up in conversation, and for some reason I joked about him just needed to bring a box to step onto or something like that, and he laughed afterwards. But at the time, he wasn't he wasn't overly impressed. I think, but he's not even that small. He's like just an inch or two shorter than I am because but I'm pretty tall, so wet cardboard color. Oh yeah, but you'll get like there's always, especially in America, there's a lot of people being offended on your behalf. Like, oh, you can't say that. It's like, well, I don't know. That said, there are certain things that you just shouldn't say. I am actually getting hungry, to be fair. um, I also can make dinner if you want, because you've already done the dog and everything. So I'm happy to make some food in a bit if you are hungry. Um, but otherwise, I would say probably about half an hour or so. If you think that works for you. I know it's getting quite late. 20 minutes? Yeah, that'd be great. If you don't mind, what are you thinking of making? I'm so spoiled. I don't know. Nivian has just told me he's going to make me dinner, so that's true. Oh, sandwiches. Yeah, that makes sense. We did have a massive lunch. We had like Chinese chicken thighs and fries and everything. So I've heard some really crazy stuff about people trying to cancel um, shows or companies or things for jokes that are being made, and they actually are being made by a specific nationality or like, yeah, people are offended by crazy things nowadays, and I think it's important that we bear in mind what we say and we try not to be dicks when we can. But I also like to joke about things, so it's I sometimes struggle with where the line is. Oh, bless George, he's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. You could probably hear me, to be honest. I could hear him too through the wall, so I heard you talking to him and you went outside. I actually told chat that, oh, I can hear Nick and George outside. So, so I need to go find a wash of some sort. Mm. Aha. Sorry if I nudge the camera. I hope I won't. A green shade. That might be exactly what I want. No, exactly. That's it, Rainy. It's just important that we are mindful of what we're joking about and also who we're joking with. Because some people might not mind at all, and other people are much more sensitive about it. So, and for me, it's often a case of turning my Dutch brain off because I tend to blurt things out, especially when I've got when I've not got push to talk on. So in our World of Warcraft. Oh, hey, Charlie, just good to see you. Thank you for joining. I'm about 15 minutes before wrapping up, to be honest, because I've been going for just over 3 hours now. And Nick very kindly pointed out that it's been a while and that we should probably have some food in a bit. But it's lovely of you to join us. Thank you. George Orwell's books. Yes, I am familiar with them. Yes, I think they are. Well, they should be familiar to most people, to be honest, if they've been educated. Food is a good idea. Yeah, we fortunately had a really big lunch, so I'm not as worried about having a big dinner. But Nick suddenly said, "Oh, actually, when do you want to stop? Because we need some food." I might come back on later and we'll see what can't remember the name of the specific one. I mean, I have to admit, I think I only read 1984, but should be easy enough to Google. George Orwell, Dystopic World. Might get his entire bibliography, but My Big Brother Limited. Oh God. Yeah, that does ring a bell. Um, oh shoot. I should know this. I'm a freaking book nerd. I should know this. It is 1984, yeah. That's what I thought. I don't think it's quite that bad yet, but it's no, I don't think it's quite gone that far yet, but yeah. There's certainly an element of be mindful of what you say, which I think is important. Oh yeah. Well, the crazy part is, like in Dutch, there is a word for you can. And the people who are learning Dutch, I think Nick might know, and possibly Ergomax. It's 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 basically the C word but with a K, and that is you're immediately banned, blocked, whatever. The moment you type in in Dutch, and yeah, it does cause some issues occasionally. That's one of the reasons why I type in English most of the time. I don't need to worry about that word being censored out. The word to deny. Okay, I'm trying to remember what this, because I know some Spanish, but not a lot. Yeah, it's one of those things. I must admit I'm not overly bothered by it. I think it's just important that we choose our words carefully so we don't hurt anyone. And I'm very happy to accommodate and to give people freedoms and dignity, and I'll happily not joke about certain things if that makes other people feel better, because I have no reason to joke about things that might hurt people. I don't really care about offending people necessarily, because I think being offended is a really stupid thing. But I don't want to hurt anyone with what I say. I think that's the main thing. So I think the stupid thing is that most people who are offended by something are probably are offended on behalf of someone else in in a lot of cases, which I don't really like particularly. But at the same time, like, everyone is free to think what they want to think, and I will just live my life in the best way possible and just try to be nice to people, really. And if that includes the occasional off-color joke, I make that joke around people who also enjoy that kind of joke, and not around people who don't enjoy it. I think that's probably the best way to joke about things if you're not sure. Hello, Saraway? If that's how I pronounce your name. Welcome to the chat. Okay, that makes sense. That's a bot, yeah. Best viewers on. I should probably get some sort of like chat bot that monitors that kind of stuff, so I don't get spam links and stuff like that in my chat. Yeah, that's what I that's what I was just thinking. Should get P to sort my stream out. Hello, make me a mod. How do I make someone a mod? You will not abuse it. Would you though? I have no idea how I would make someone a mod. Yeah, press X to doubt, yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit what I'm worried about. Yeah, we've got a lot of stanky old writers in our community, or in the Warhammer community. Left click on your name. It says follow, whisper, invite, mod actions, messages, mod comments. Oh yeah, I don't necessarily want. Oh, but not everyone needs a timeout though. People that I know are chill, or like who follow the stream or whatever. They're more than welcome to post links. Like if someone has, for example, like they want to link to a YouTube channel or something, or a video that they watched. I don't mind that in my on my streams. Oh, /mod Ergomax, okay. /mod. /mod. Evian. Wow. There we go. Look at these moddy boys. Oh, that works. Bye. Oh, no, I know these boys. We go way back. Nivian is actually making me a sandwich in about 5 minutes' time, so I'm not. And Argamax is my great good friend. My bestie boy. The local simp. You're the most local anyone could be in the same house. Sorry, I keep lifting my dude out of the paint screen, the camera screen. 8 years? That's mad. Bonkers. I'm trying to work out if is it 10 years that I've been here in England in November, or is it 9 years? Kind of hoping for Nivian to pipe up here in a sec. Pipe up again? I don't know. 10 years, that's crazy. That's mad, honestly. 2014 I moved here. Is it 2014 that I moved here? Holy moly. 10 years. Oh, that's an actual like milestone. We should do something for that, because we haven't done anything for other oh, of course, Warlords Draenor launch. We haven't done anything for our other anniversaries because neither of us are really bothered, but 10 years I think is a pretty milestoney one. We should probably do something for that one, because that's just crazy. 10 years. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Charlie. Or yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to dox you. That was uncalled for. Sorry about that. Must admit, I don't actually know how to pronounce your username. Is it Kaimdar? Kaimdar? No, I must admit, the Wars of Draenor launch wasn't my favorite. Oh, awesome. I can't, yeah, I didn't dislike it, but I've seen better launches, let's put it that way. I really enjoyed, well, I'm really enjoying this one, for example, which is great. I really like Dragonflight as well. It's really good. Sushi! Oh! Food envy. Bye, darling. Love you. See you soon. Have a nice sushi meal. I will probably also be wrapping up in a moment because I'm going to go get some food as well because someone very kindly made me food. I might be back afterwards. Not sure yet. It depends on how I feel. I might do. But if you follow, you'll get a notification when next time I'm on, which is obviously useful if you enjoy this kind of content. That is. Cool. Sit this dude on his bug for a bit. Not that he's finished yet, but it's nice to leave him there for a bit. There. Very nice. Very nice. Thanks everyone for watching my stream. I really appreciate it. I think we've had like consistently 12 viewers, well, between 9 and 13 viewers the last 3.5 hours. It's been really appreciate everyone hanging out with me and listening to my rant and my ramblings. So very much appreciated. I will ban that dude myself. So thank you very much. I hope you all have a lovely evening, and I might see you again later if I come back, and if not, then I will see you again on the next stream. Thank you very much. Bye.